All right, we're live, guys. We are live with Lana Rodriguez, top agent from Colorado Springs, and Tristan, of course, going to be co-hosting with me, and we're going to be talking about some strategies that we can all be focusing on right now, given the current situation that we're all pretty tired of hearing about by now. But Lana did something really interesting that kind of took advantage of the timing and before shelter in place, sent out 280 pizzas delivered to clients right before Colorado Springs went into shelter in place. So I thought that's pretty cool. So we thought, let's bring Lana on and hear all about it. And what are some other really cool strategies that we can be learning from people like Lana? So let's get right into it. Lana, how's it going out there in Colorado Springs?
Kevin, Tristan, wow. Thank you so much for having me. I'm honored to be on the Zoom call with both of you. You guys are top influencers in our industry, and honor is mine. My name is Lana Rodriguez, and I'm located in Colorado Springs Market, the state of Colorado. And I have been in the business 5 years, and I have a privilege of running one of the top 10 teams in our MLS. Currently, our team is 8 people, 6 of them are licensed agents and 2 support staff. And last year we did 230 transactions, primarily referral based, okay? My business, proud announcement right here, no Zillow leads, no online leads, working our sphere to the max. Client events is another topic I'm very proud of, but it's going to be a different Zoom. So Colorado Springs, as of yesterday, went into home order mode. Okay, so we are home order. Luckily, real estate business is still essential, so we're able to go and do what we need to do, just being very careful and clearly precautions and whatnot. The home order took place in Denver as of this weekend, and I have my gut feeling it's going to come to Springs. And my team wanted to do something for the clients. It had to be fast, it had to be planned and executed super fast as well. For the last few weeks, we've clearly been reaching out to our clients. How are you doing? We've been delivering and pop buying with essentials like toilet paper, you name it, like baby wipes, rice, bread, geez, the list is long, even hand soaps. But this is what I decided to do. I have amazing client care manager, Susie. She's my full-time employee. And on regular basis, she takes care of the clients, goes visits them, brings them little gifts, whatnot. I had her and another assistant to sit down and call exactly people. So if they don't reply to call, it's a text. Call all 410 families currently living in our area. Most of them replied. So we did this operation within 3 days, right? And so out of 410, we had 280 RSVPs. So 280 families who were comfortable for us coming by, okay, delivering them something across the door, all right? And me and the teammates, we're like, let's do this. So I personally delivered just about 50 pizzas in 2 days. We kind of divide and conquer method. And this is my reasons why I did that. And I have a little video recap to show you guys. Number one, it's a good deed. It's a good deed for my team personally, right? Because we think we're servant leaders. We're proud to be servant leaders, right? And I wanted to go and visit each client, and I want to look them in the eyes, and I want to have these meaningful conversations, even if it's 6 feet apart, right? But just being there for them, like so much appreciation, you guys, right? And of course, for all of us marketers and salespeople who are watching this, number one, this was my strategic plan. So Costco, $9.99 per pop. Pizza box of 4, right? So number one, it was a frozen pizza, tangible item, all right, that they get to put in the freezer. They can eat it in 1 day, they can eat it in a week or in a month. But when they're gonna be eating that, who brought them that pizza? My team, right?
Yeah.
And of course, we did basic, we did cheese pizza, because guess what? Kids love cheese pizza, right? And when all the kids are home, and so we kind like there's. Whatever we do, we just don't do it just to do it. There's little strategies behind it, right? And then we also attached little list, 28-day cleaning challenge, something for adults. Mm-hmm. People love that. Mm. And so Tuesday, I delivered 25 pizzas. And you know what? I came home, I was exhausted because it was a lot of talking and a lot of repeat scripts, like, hey, everything's gonna be fine, we're not crushing. But then like my love meter was like this high, right? And so right now our hands are a little tied. We're still continuing to follow up with essential items. We have little secret stashes with the team, toilet paper, and we still keep pop buying clients if they really need. And somebody asked me on another call, well, are you going to open this up to the community, right? And at first, when the things started getting crucial and stores started shutting down and running out of things, my team was like, hey, let's put this out of the community. But you guys and us and everybody else right now, we have to be very, very careful because there's so many scammers out there, simply people who are trying to take advantage of the situation. You have to protect your assets and you have to protect your dollars, because as both of you know, my Facebook got hacked, right? Never happened in 4 years. It happened this time because times are crucial and people go into crucial measures to get what they want. But for our dear audience, let me go ahead and share the screen with you guys, right? And I'll show you this little pizza operation, and then we can continue forward to talking about this.
Sounds good.
All right.
Looks like fun.
I love that.
Cheese pizza, thanks, LRG.
That's nice.
I love that.
That's so cool. Really, really cool.
So pretty much, gentlemen, you get an idea behind this, right? For majority part, it was just a good deed. We had to do this. And I know Tristan knows my presentation, and maybe Kevin, you heard of me speak about the closing table, but I just had to cancel my one of my biggest client events of the year, which was supposed to be our Easter branch. It was already fully paid in full with one of the local hotel ballrooms. We had about 300 RSVPs, right? So now that's a touch I cannot do till God knows when. So that's when I brainstormed with the pizza idea. What can we deliver, right? Fast, furious, and that people gonna appreciate that. And currently we are on stay-at-home order till April 11th. From my understanding, Easter is just around the corner from that date. And if stars align and if everybody are good and healthy, we're probably going to be doing another mass pop buy campaign with Easter. I secretly ordered about 300 bottles of wine, and then wine and candy, right? Candy for the kids for Easter, wine for adults. So I'm planning these things because that's honestly, that's a positive in our business, in my business personally. That's all we can be focusing on. Because as you both know, the scarcity mindset is there, and everybody are on a different level of that. I know us leaders, you guys are leaders of big teams and big brokerages. You handle it as well. So yeah, that's what we've been doing.
That's so cool.
That's such a good idea.
Yeah.
I love it. I'm going to bring in something that you just gave me an idea on, Lana, as I'm listening to you. First of all, it's super inspiring to see that video. Loved it.
Thank you.
The one thing that I thought when you're saying, look, I'm also going to send out wine, I'm thinking if you can pick like your top 10 clients and send them something to their door or by mail, something that they can consume like wine, right? And say, hey guys, there's 10 of us. We're going to go on a Zoom wine 30-minute party where we can just get to meet each other. That might be something that's kind of cool. I think that's a way you can connect your 10 right? Or your 20, whoever it's going to be, and show up to that Zoom meeting, and you can just go, hi hey guys, just wanted to bring us all together. I'm going to go through and just introduce all of you, and then we just talk, see how everybody's doing, and just chill out with wine. I hope you like the wine that I sent to your door. So I thought that was cool.
Yeah, that's a great idea. And I wonder, it's unfortunate that you had to cancel your event, but maybe there's something there with doing something on Zoom with some, maybe not all 300 people, but you can pick out some of them and get everyone together, at least virtually.
Yeah, I have seen in the industry that the people have been hosting virtual dance parties. I would love to try that. They've been hosting like a kid parties, and then of course Zoom happy hours are very popular.
Totally. So you're thinking, you're already planning ahead for when this thing is over, and you purchased 300 bottles of wine, you bought some candy. So what's that look like? What's the plan with that? And when it's over, are you gonna do it again?
So I've been in the business for 5 years, and I started as a solo agent for 2 years, right? And now I have leverage. I'm still mastering the art of leverage because that never goes away. So pop buys, what they called in our industry, that's kind of been my starter pack, right? And then the client database grew, and I just simply did not have time because I had 2 kids during in between. But you know what? It's like you guys stay at home. How often somebody delivers something to your door? Nothing, right? So now when the measures are getting crucial, we need to just go back to the basics. It's not a brain surgery, right? Another thing, what I got from another call this week, I'm going to be doing a handwritten notes, because check this out. So when we get all these big stacks of mail, right? I don't know about you guys, but I always go through, I eliminate the junk. And the first thing what I always open is handwritten notes or invitations, something personable, because we get bombarded with junk mail all the time, right? And really, I'm gonna spread it out, because now all my clients got touched. So maybe in 10 days, I'm gonna do handwritten notes to all 410 families. Hey, I'm here for you. How are you doing, right? So we're salespeople. We're direct marketers. I hate to be sold. I know what you guys are talking about, because at your level, at Tristan's level, you guys get approached all the time. Hey, here are my sales pitch, this and that, right? But I'm a very easy sale if it's going to bring you value, if it's going to make me happy, or if it's going to add on to my love meter. You guys know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
totally.
So I love touching people, but I love touching them in a way where they were like, wow, this is awesome, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then another thing, like, of course, we still have to prospect. Like, business is not dying down. This nightmare is going to end from 60 to 90 days. It may get a little worse before it gets better, but we still have to do our prospecting calls. And how do we do that without being salesy, right? Because you'd be like, hey, bud, is everything okay? Do you still want to sell? Hey, how are you doing? How's your family? Are you still planning to move? And what can we do to help you, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So
it's important to approach people with compassion.
Mm-hmm. So just repositioning your sales pitches, that's all it is. Come from the place of care. And when my client care manager, she put in, like, I don't know, 40 hours in 3 days when she was calling all these clients, and for 410, they just been so happy to hear from her. Like, well, thank you so much for checking us, because you'll be surprised. No one is checking on anyone. Everybody are kind of stuck at home, drinking wine, watching Netflix. But it's not the time to do that right now. Not for us, okay? Because in the next 90 days, brands are either gonna go down or they're gonna go up. And I know you guys are doing everything right with the Zoom calls and with the groups, right? Where you're providing values, because people are watching and people wanna hear from you,
Mm-hmm.
So.
Okay, so making calls. I love the idea that you mentioned with writing a note and personalizing it and just handwriting it. Like, right? I mean, now we have the time. We can sit down, pull out your pen, pull out 10 note cards. You don't have to do all 400 in one day.
Yeah.
Do 10 at a time and just write them out, put them in the mail, and send them off.
Yeah, absolutely, Kevin. So when we had excuses before, oh, I don't have time for this. Now you got all the time in the world. You have, and you know what? We need to remain agents of hope, because I'll tell you what. And number one person you always need to be focusing on is yourself, okay? As long as you're okay, you just say, okay, I'm okay, then we switch that focus to our family, make sure our family members are okay. Then we focus on a team. Then we focus on the client community. for you guys, maybe agent communities, your agents, because I know, Kevin, you have a brokerage, and Tristan, you have just over 100,000 agents in a lab coats. Just not a big deal, you know. But we also need to focus on industry professionals, because true leaders don't bash other leaders during crisis, and it's very lonely on the top. So words of encouragement to the real estate industry is going to go a long way. Even on my level here in Colorado Springs market, where there's 4,000 agents in my MLS, and for people who you guys are reaching out to.
Mm-hmm. So what else can people be doing right now? So you've done a tremendous job with marketing, networking. You're a networker. I think that's safe to say.
I am. It is safe to say.
So there's different types of agents. There's prospectors, that's kind of like what I am. I'm on the phone. I grind it out. There's networkers, people that get together, have events. And so what can people be doing right now? Sending out notes, reaching out to clients, and just checking in on them. What are some things that they can be doing now to benefit so they can benefit when this thing's all said and done?
Okay, very well. So I think our audience who are watching right now, they get a pretty good idea, you know, what I do to kind of keep in touch with my database and whatnot. But I'm sure you guys had a lot of conversations how to bulletproof your transactions, right? And that's a different topic, but we just want to focus on that a little bit. If we can move up the appraisal, if we can move up the inspections, right? Here inspections are still allowed in Colorado. Checking in on a personal level with your industry partners. And I'm talking about the lender, I'm talking about the title, your inspectors. And I'm not saying pick up a phone and be like, hey dude, is my appraisal gonna come in on time? No, hey dude, how are you doing? Is your family okay? All right, because those people, they're still working as hard as you and I, but you will be surprised how like no one pays attention to them, you know? Average realtor does not care about their lending partner, average realtor, right? So don't be an average realtor in the time of crisis. And another thing, friends, establish good communication with your team and evaluate your team's performance. And right now, it's a time to support each other, and you really, really want to be surrounded by people who have your back, all right? Who don't get upset over the petty shit, excuse my language, you know, and they need to understand that you as a leader, you come from, you know, you have a lot of things on your shoulder. Perhaps us as leaders are thinking right now, how can we maintain the business and the income flowing? We're going to have to let people go, right? So start kind of paying close attention to who you surround yourself with, because it's not the time to lollygag, guys. It's time to stay strong, move forward, okay, and support each other.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more with that. Definitely surrounding myself with positive people that are going to keep me up if I get down, and vice versa. Having lots of really solid conversations with some great people right now, I think has been important to me. I love the idea, and this is something, I mean, a lot of the things that you're talking about are things that we can be doing all the time anyway, outside of the Corona thing, right? I mean, we should be reaching out to our partners all the time anyway, and checking in with them and seeing how they're doing, and providing potential opportunities to them, like attorneys, loan officers, financial planners, all these salespeople that are looking for referrals. Well, we're a great source for them, right? And so if we reach out to them and see how they're doing, just simply ask what's happening in their industry, and just now is a time to really either establish or build and re-engage relationships more than ever. And the opportunity is greater now because we're all at home. So I love it. I think it's great.
I think one thing that to add on that is, now that you're reaching out to your database, and you know if somebody is a professional in the field that is helping right now, like a doctor or nurse, or maybe even a UPS worker, or somebody that's out there still working, even a grocer, like a grocery person, maybe sitting down with a couple of them and interviewing through a Zoom Live, and putting that to your community as well, so that people know that you're out there and that you're giving a different perspective of your community, so that people know what's going on. Then they start attaching the category of professional, which is what we all want to be, right? So if we can work along those lines and create that perception when everybody else is sitting down and binging on Netflix, right? We're out here actually still working because we care, not because we're pushing sales it's going to create a whole different momentum for you.
Yeah. And talk about networking, Lana. I mean, people think about people that are service providers right now, like grocery store, people that work at the grocery store. I mean, these are here. I mean, in my opinion, these are people that need to be thanked every single day, all day. And what a great thing to do, like to just get someone on video and reach out and see if they'd be willing to talk with you for a few minutes live. I mean, and it's part of like being, and I don't want to use the word authority, but just being relevant in your community. It's not always about sales. It's not always about interest rates. It's not always about like the last home that sold for X dollars, the last home I sold. It's about the community and being interested in what's happening in the community and the lives of others within our community. It's like you're kind of planting a seed that can be nurtured over time and can develop into something which, like, yes, we want to get business, and that's probably what will be the result. But in the process, you're highlighting people that are putting in work, that are risking their lives. And I think it's just a great gesture, just like what you did with the pizza, right? I mean, it's the same concept, right? It's you're not getting an instant reward for that, but it's like you're putting in the effort now, and you're doing a good deed. And if you benefit from it, great. And if you don't, you still did a good deed.
No,
Right?
Kevin and Tristan, you gentlemen are so right, and especially follow up with the medical professionals or do a Zoom call. I have not thought of a Zoom call with a client, and I absolutely will, especially when my Facebook is back in order, right? But what we have been doing, we have been paying special attention in our database to medical providers. We have a lot of nurses, few doctors, and then we also pay attention to a single parent, okay, because they always have it harder. And then we also pay attention to the elderly. So what we're going to do, we're going to implement check-ins a little more often. Instead of maybe once a week, we're going to be doing every other day. Hey, is everything still okay? Do you need anything, right? Because those are people who are probably going to need something from us immediately.
Yeah. What about, so you don't generate leads, you don't do Zillow, you've never done that. The main source of your business is what? Popeyes.
So client events. To be honest, the main source of my business was client events. And I have been blessed. I tried Zillow a few years ago for about 6 months, but majorly failed because I do suck at cold calling, right? Follow up, I sucked at that. It's very important in the sales career to identify your sales style. Personally, for me, it's face-to-face interaction. If I can get somebody into my office and I sit across the table, I know I'm probably going to close them, right? Mm-hmm. On the phone, my Russian accent comes out. I start sounding stupid, and then I lose them, right? So, excuse me. In the beginning of my career, I identified that I'm not going to be cold calling. Open houses is not going to be it for me. But I love people, and if we're ever going to do a Zoom on my client events, I'll share with you both that I come from the world of retail, right? And retail, one concept what I took into the real estate with me is a concept of a clienteling. So for example, when we had let's say a promotion or a new merchandise, right? We would call in our top clients and we bring them into the store for the specific time, maybe a little happy hour, and they get this exclusivity. So very early in my career, I was like, I'm just gonna start doing that. And a lot of real estate professionals do that, but no one does it on the scale level as I do. In ideal scenario, my client events take place every other month, okay? Most of them, attendance is from 200 to 300 people. And the reason why I do that, it's because I strategically market before the event, after the event, okay? And the Facebook tags, the client posts, it's all free advertisement. And that's why I was so blessed. Last year we did 230 transactions, year prior 204, prior to that 184. And then my second year in business, when I was brand new to Colorado, was in Colorado only a little over a year, had a brand new at home. I did 119 transactions as a solo agent, right?
Amazing.
So, yeah, so people underestimate the power of the relationships because it's there, guys. You just have to do the work and plant the seeds and then give yourself a few years and you're going to prosper.
That's so awesome. So right now, can people set up similar events virtually? Like maybe tell me about that. I mean, I feel like there's an opportunity there. I feel like there's something there.
Well,
we can do. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, so I know you guys are the Zoom professionals, right? I'm just getting into the Zoom. The technology is not my best part, but like even if you, I've been my cell phone, right? Before that, it was my Facebook. My Facebook was my bread and butter. It was my CRM. I'm married to Facebook. It's like embedded in my arm, right? So now, since that is a bit tight, the cell phone, the cell phone and the FaceTime on the cell phone. So I've been utilizing that. But you can like, I love the idea you guys gave me to do, like, if you pop by with bottles of wine and they're like, hey, let's do the wine party because you have wine, you can get on Zoom. So I feel like there's an opportunity, and I would love to explore it personally. I know you guys have been doing that on master level.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's very similar. Like we did obviously we do Zoom calls all the time, but with my team, we had a virtual happy hour, like a virtual social gathering. We all hung out, did drinks, and like you said, it's a popular thing right now. But I just wonder if there's something there that with your business, I feel there might be an opportunity with Zoom. Like I feel like there's something there that can be leveraged similarly to a live event. I mean, it's not as obviously it's not the same, it's different, but
Yeah.
I mean, like with the quarantine convention, right? The quarantine convention, there was like 5,000 people that registered for it, or 3,000, something crazy.
Yeah.
And it was all done virtually. And I just think that there's an opportunity there. What do you think, Tristan?
I think so, man. I think there's a massive opportunity right now, and a lot of people are not knowing what to do. And I think just being able to take advantage of the situation in a good way and give back is the number one way to go. And people are giving back in different formats. And so we just have to pay attention so that we can then apply the ones that we feel comfortable with doing and just go all in. Because this isn't gonna last forever, guys. Right? It's not. I mean, we've got a date of April 12th, but even then, let's say we do end it April 12th. A lot of people are still going to be shy and they're not going to be going out at all. Mm-hmm. So, let's see what happens, but just make sure that you're actually doing things that help your business grow once this is over, because it's not going to last forever.
You know what I love about what you did, Lana? People always remember who was around during uncertain and scary or tragic or sad or times.
Yeah.
People always remember who was around during scary, tragic, or uncertain times. And like, I remember when my father passed away. I remember who was around. You always remember, like at the hospital, who was there, right? Like those memories never go away. And so what you've done with it's funny, it kind of sounds funny, but with the pizzas that you delivered, you created an unforgettable memory, because they're going to remember that agent, like, hey, what happened during the Corona time? Remember the agent that came and brought us pizza? That was cool. Like they'll never forget you created a memory that will be embedded in their minds forever. And that's huge, right? And so right now, all of us can be reaching out. We can, maybe we don't deliver pizza, but we deliver some sort of hope or some sort of education, some sort of information, something, so that I can be remembered when this thing is over. Whether it results in a transaction, I don't care. Like, I just want to be there for someone, because now's the time we can get together as human beings and really connect. And if I can get it, if it works for me in my business, beautiful. Like, I'm not turning that down, right? But I think all of us have the opportunity right now, simply with this beautiful thing right here, where you can get on and just do a quick video. You can blast it out to people. You could send a note, a gift card. You can call people. Now's the time to be unforgettable, and we have the chance to do that. So
no, Kevin, you're so right. And, it doesn't take much. It doesn't take much, you guys. For example, the last closing table, Sharon told us this. I think, Kevin, you were there. Tristan, you were missed. You were not there. And Sharon said this: how can I help? How can I help? Simple text, simple call. Hey, how are you doing? How can I help? That's it. And you let them talk. They may not want to talk. They may want to talk later, but this is all you do. This is all you ask, And like, a few people in the industry reached out to me with the same spiel. I was like, you probably are,
You've been watching Sharon.
Sharon. And another thing, like, focus on your strength. My strength. Okay. So everyone should have, by this point, read the book 5 Languages of Love. And that's how you identify your ways. My ways is gifts, and my ways is quality time. So that's why I am a firm believer in pop buys, whatever we call it, tangible items, right? Because when I receive that tangible item, it's going to be sitting on my dinner table. It's going to be sitting in the office. And every time I look at it, they're going to think of me. I'm going to think of them. And then quality time, right? Like, literally with the client events that we hold in the past, not anytime soon, but I had people bring their like newborns for their first Santa pictures, and that shit is unforgettable. All right. So that's my way of doing things. Somebody may not like to face-to-face interaction, but they're professional ISAs. So have them do the rings, call all your sphere. So there's always ways, there's no excuses.
I love it. Lana, what an impressive 5 years. I'm so impressed, like with all respect, I'm not like patronizing or anything. I'm just very impressed by everything you've accomplished in such a short time. Congratulations to you.
Thank you, Kevin. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to more of these, and I'm sure we'll be seeing each other at the next closing table. Maybe it'll be back here on Zoom. Who knows?
Yeah.
Congrats, Lana. Keep doing what you're doing.
Kristen. Thank you. Thank you for coming from you both. Thank you. You guys are role models, and thank you both, and thank you everyone else who supporting our industry right now, because I don't know how we would survive without all the inspiration and all the knowledge. I hope more and more agents join the lab codes, tune in all the podcasts, tune in all the Zooms, because this is our time to learn and grow together and stay strong. And we're gonna kick Corona's ass.
Hey, and remember, we're on Facebook. So Zuckerberg, if you're watching this, reopen Lana's account.
Help me.
Shut down. Help her out. Reopen her account. Right on, guys. Thank you so much. It was great talking with everyone. Thanks for everyone for
Thank
tuning in.
you.
Take care, guys.
Bye.